Being rejected for a US visa is humiliating, demoralizing, and it's going to be tough for your family and going back to all the people you told that you're moving to the United States. Now, there is good news and there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and at Visa Franchise, we're happy to help you with our in-house legal counsel, our client service team, as well as the external filing attorneys that we work with. You can reapply for the E2 visa, but there's some things that you really need to consider before you reapply for the E2 visa. First thing I like to look at is how much did you invest in the business and what did you invest in? We've had our fair share of rejections. Our final approval rate, so for clients that apply at least 2 times for an E2 visa, is over 95%, but we have had denials, and some of those denials were years back where we didn't know as much about what we were doing. We were working with attorneys that didn't do large volumes of E2 visas, and they were learning on the work of our clients. But one case, for example, the client invested in a real estate related business, and he had only invested $40K in the franchise fee and then $2,500 for the rent deposit, and had another $60K sitting in the bank account. He was denied, and the principal reason was a substantial investment amount. He went back, bought the car that was needed for that real estate related business, put the logo of his company on the side of the car, spent 10, 15K on Google ads and Facebook ads, got his website looking better, and then also documented the expenses for our service fees and for his travel to the US for investigating the business opportunities and starting the business. So it was a winning case, but that delayed him about 4 or 5 months. It also caused his family a lot of stress, not knowing if they were going to get the E2 visa the second time. It's really important that you understand the rejection. So whether it's substantial investment amount, the marginality of the business, the consulate officer didn't think you were going to be creating a lot of jobs and making money to benefit people besides you and your immediate family. Maybe the corporate structure was a little funky and it didn't seem like you had control of the business and you own 50% or more of the business. Those are generally rejection reasons that we can work together to overcome. But if you were denied because the consular officer thought you had an immigrant intent, that's a little tougher, especially if you had already documented that you had homes, businesses, properties abroad in your home country, leading you to eventually go back to your home country after the initial term. That being said, it is overcomable. We have had clients where the first time they applied, they didn't mention anything that they had properties, that they had a business worth $5 million, that they were planning just to come some years to the United States and go back home. So it is overcomable, but depending on the denial reason, it's going to be easier or harder for the reapplication. It's really important to gather the necessary documents, make this petition as strong as possible. We can work with you on the revised business plan, really diving in any holes that we can see in the business plan. This is the time too to seek professional help. If you went with that attorney that's done, maybe 10 E2s ever, and he does 3 or 4 a year, now's the time to go with the immigration attorney that does 40, 50, 60 E2s a year and maybe has some specialization in the consulate or embassy that you're looking to apply from, or if you're doing a change of status from within the United States, has great experiences with change of status for the E2 visa category or other categories that are similar. And also prepare for the interview. So generally the decision's been pseudo-made before you have the interview, but there are cases that it can make or break you, especially if you're playing with that investment amount of 50, 60, 70K. The interview is crucial and really backing up why they should allow you to come to the United States to direct and develop your enterprise. So there's a lot you can do on the reapplication side to make it stronger. Try to advance your business, have milestones, show you hit those milestones. If you can get revenue, hire Americans, there's a lot that you can do to have probably a stronger E2 visa application, but you need the right help. At Visa Franchise, we can help you there. We can bring in the necessary parties to have your E2 visa second time application have the best chances for success. Hope you enjoyed our video. If you did, feel free to like us, subscribe, share with friends as we produce more content for international entrepreneurs, investors, and talented professionals like yourselves.